They'll be calling you a radical. This will be a very, very, very special video. Very special. Maybe the most, I don't know, the one that'll mean the most to me as a person than any video I've ever done. Exactly 3 years ago, I made my way to the bone marrow transplant unit at LDS Hospital, 11-11-11. They'll be calling you a radical, a magical criminal. I mean, that's from the song. They'll be calling you a radical, a liberal, a magical. That doesn't mean I'm no liberal, because I'm not. It's the song, the logical song. I really thought I was going to die that day. I think everybody did. 11-11-11. Fukushima happened 3/11 is going to give you leukemia. It's horrible. I went from 170 to 130. What a journey this 3 years has been. As I went in there, it was the worst day. The worst day. And then that picture you see in there that I've posted around, it was 11-11. Worst day of my life? No. I've had worse days watching loved ones die, but as a person, yeah. I was going in and out of a coma that day. Right now, exactly, my radio show going, I'll be putting this up. I was on the operating table, putting the central line in me. They went in here in my spine, lumbar puncture, put a stent there. They went in my brain stem. Standing there, I was fading away, so violently sick. My beautiful nurse Whitney, I'll never forget her. They're trying to calm me down. It's just her and I. You know, I'm in so much pain. I'm actually begging for chemo. But I want to talk about the community that's been developed along this movement. You know, as I've been with the Million Mask March bunch, so paramount in that fight. The so-called anonymous bunch, my post-ignorance gig, and I'll list out some of the things that I want as far as, you know, my post-ignorance. People say what you want. I have it in exact detail. I'll list them exactly. But what has been developed over this 3 years, as I was trying to develop before, I was trying to lead up the 100th anniversary of the Shirtwaist Fire. I want people to understand I'm not a vlogger and I'm not a reporter. I'm surely not that. I'm a street fighter. In the street. That's where we'll meet. You know, how different was it from last year, John? I want to say John Anthony and the beautiful young woman that have worked together so diligently from Boston on this. Lori sent me this, and before I get rattling, to my beautiful friend in Scotland, Billy, how much I really love him, and how much he means to me, and how much the Scottish people, I mean, Scotland was the biggest turnout on the Million Mask, by the way. The biggest in the world. 470 cities. You know, last year it was massive, we let it down, you know, but this year intense. Those young men on the front lines fighting, I love you. How awesome is that? You don't think we have quality? That's Chris. He made that. How spectacular. That is the guy who made the debt clock in Manhattan. He lives in Pennsylvania. You know, I can go on and on and on. The quality that's developed, you know, the amazing people that have developed through this fight. It's unbelievable, this army. And I saw it in the street. John Anthony can confirm this. All these beautiful fighters that were there. They can confirm this. The actual activist that was fighting in the street, you know, it wasn't that many. It wasn't that big of a group. Powerful? Oh my God. You know, I've been saying the whole time, you know, my post-ignorance army, that you guys all know who you are. You're incredible. I've been saying the whole time we're trying to develop not quantity, but quality. We've accomplished that. Absolutely. And everybody who know that, you guys know who you are. You should be so proud. I've watched John Anthony over the last 16 months. He and I communicate back and forth online, that young man. I've watched him develop, not as a reporter, not as a guy, you know, as an act. I've watched that young man evolve into an act. I can't say how proud I am of you. You know, I've watched Steve Grant evolve as not the rap artist, as the activist. I've watched so many people evolve as Lonnie Clark, you know, Billy in Scotland, Thomas Ackerman. You know, I can go on and on and on. So many. I've watched these people evolve. Lori Still in San Diego. We'll be back at the Reagan fighting. You know, my activism over this 3 years, a lot of it was fighting for my life. You know, and stuff's been sent to me. Oh, I mean, the best of the best, the most unbelievable my beautiful rock that I found on the beach at Oceanside, which I call Concrete Side now. I've had a couple of anthropologists look at, boy, they want it. Wow. When I'm in California, I'll make sure it gets to its rightful owners, you know. But I've watched this evolve, and I want to say how much I love everybody who stood by my side this incredible journey. You know, we know as AML, acute myeloid leukemia fighters, we know that the deck is so against us. When I got sick, and you know, the 3-year mark from the time I got sick was, you know, a month ago. The doctors really go, they set the 3-year goal from the day that freaking chemo went in me. And I want to talk about my headband too. It's really symbolic. It's really amazingly symbolic. You guys know when I was in there, I promised I would dye my hair blue in honor of the mighty blue Pacific, because I've been calling it for 3 years, the Pacific Genocide. And the chemo started burning through the top of my head. You guys know I did dye my hair blue. And I cut this up. It's symbolic to this movement. The jet stream, the oceans, the mighty blue Pacific. It is the top of the heap in human rights activism. Boy, if you want to talk human rights, well, we can go over it. I've always been a human rights activist my whole life. I was on Wall Street, made over $1 million a year. Clear back in the day, I walked. Because I put personal integrity way ahead of anything. And anybody who ever knows me knows it. That's why I live a lonely life. It's a lonely life as an activist, and I'll say all these young activists, but it's a beautiful life. You're going to be scoffed at, you're going to be spit at, you're going to have rats and trolls attack you, you know. You're going to go out at it. But it is the good fight. You know, I always say activists, we don't choose it, it chooses us. You know, I was an activist before I got leukemia, but after I got leukemia, on Balco, literally injected it in my stomach every day for hundreds of days. But how grand is that? My skins have been everywhere. They've been all over. 3 years of this credible fight. You know, the study that's coming out of the Pacific Ocean, Ken Buesler's study that is so watered down, but it just proves what we've been saying the whole time. It's been here the whole time. And I want people to understand the Pacific Ocean is not about its pockets. You get a study, you know, Buesler studies all over. He's saying Season 134, and it's his words low level because that's how he plays. Which to me is the greatest violator of human rights in history. A person like Ken Buesler to me is as evil as humans get. You know, John Anthony said it on his radio show. I heard that beautiful interview you did, John, in Boston. That was a great interview. You and that young woman you're great together. And he said, you know, we kept going to Alex Jones. You know, this is supposed to be his gig. We kept going to him. You know, so many of these people. You know, Luke stood right next to me, but he won't speak to me. You know, because these people are, John, understand, these people are reporters with AdSense accounts and they're answering to advertisers. They're just trying to build a base. That's why I love you so much. And, you know, you guys that were there, because you're not opportunists, you're not war profiteers, you're not anything. You're pure. You're human rights. I saw it. I saw some of a group of a few hundred, and I've been at this for 40 years. I've been with the best of the best in the streets in my life. You guys are amazing, amazing, all of you. Wow, do we have an pure, incredible army. And that's why we're in this. We're in there is to change the world. That's why we're here. We're doing this. We absolutely, yeah, fighting for my life, absolutely. I don't want to give up my beautiful life. And money has nothing to do with my life. As you guys know by now, my life's about the landscape. I love the landscape. People that in California did activism with me at the Megan Rice trial in Knoxville, Tennessee, in the streets of New York City. I've been all over, up and down this land, wore up multiple pairs of shoes. Anybody, and people, there's dozens and dozens and hundreds of you. And they'll all testify to this. You know, Kevin's about the landscape. When I land, I want to see the landscape. I want to walk in the landscape. I want to see the birds. I want to see the animals. Because that's my joy in life. That's what brings me joy. I want to talk to people, loving, beautiful people. That's what brings me joy in my life. And I've always gotten that. That's wealth. That is wealth. We have that. We have that in a very pure form. And we'll stay, and we'll keep fighting. I'll do my yellow and black Friday, you know, at nuclear sites, because I consider that to be the top of the heap, because nuclearism it trumps everything. cancer is the greatest violation to human rights in world history. It is that Megan Rice gets this. Megan Rice is the most brilliant activist on the face of the earth. The most brilliant social activist on earth is Megan Rice. She chose nuclear. She broke into Y12. She went right to the top. I'm going right to the top. On Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, I'm going to the top. I'm going out. I'm going in. The Energy Solutions dump site. I'm going in. You know, I've been working with them. I think they're going to let me in. I'm going to the belly of the beast. And if you think, oh, Kevin, you're going to get cancer, I already got cancer. You're going to get it again, you're going to get it again. No. We've all been radiated. We've all been droned. Jet stream. You know, cancer changed my life. Are you kidding? You know how many people I've watched die? You know how many people I've held their hand now watch? By the way, Brittany, you know, she was in our site. So many of these people that have been in our site, you know, fighters for their life. That's what I'm doing. I'm fighting for everyone's life. I have kids, I have grandkids. I'll quote Audie Murphy when they tried to pin all those medals on him. And by the way, that young man who threw down his blues in the street in front of the White House, wow. Wow, I never seen anything so emotional in my 40 years of activism. Never. It's been an incredible fight. And I will go forward till the day I die. They want to martyr me? Go ahead. Go ahead. You watch and trolls want to go on me? Go ahead. I've been by the sneakiest of rat and trolls, you know, the sneakiest of the sneakies up in Canada that try to tee me up. They tried every dirty trick in the world on me. Because that's what they do to us. And know that, John. Know this, all you guys. All you pure fighters. This is a thankless battle. It is a thankless battle. You know, fame, wealth, all that, you won't get it. But that isn't what we want. We want our lives. We want to be able to breathe clean air, eat decent food. I love my grandchildren. I honestly, purely in my soul, my heart, I love my children. I love my grandchildren. I don't want them to go through what my dad went through. Watch him die and have his life mowed down in the prime of his life by the nuclear cartel. These lying evil. You guys bitch about bankers, and that's rightfully so. They're evil, but there's eviler than them. The Department of Energy, General Electric, Westinghouse, the nuclear cartel. Look up Price Anderson and understand at Livermore. On Thanksgiving Day last year, on Thanksgiving Day, Heather and I, at Livermore, because it's the only time we could get close enough. Creepy. Ask her how we spent Thanksgiving dinner last year at 7-Eleven. Only place open. So eerie, so emotional, but it had to be done, and we did it. Because we sacrificed ourselves, and all these beautiful people, how amazing is that? Wow, how great is that? Billy in Scotland, so great. Kylie down there and down under, so many people down there. There's a lot of great ones in Australia, you know, the uranium mines. The black preacher fired the gun at the uranium mines. You know, the only preacher I know that gets it, because these fucks around here don't get it. You know, protest at your local megachurch. Protest at your local so-called born again. Because they're not born again. You know, my list, 1, tariff at the port. Anybody who's paying less than American minimum wage. Anybody that uses a slave for any good. Economically, oh yeah, we'll solve the country. Hamilton knew it. Jefferson knew it. Lincoln knew it. FDR knew it. Mariner knew it. All of them knew it. Kennedy's all knew it. But I'm talking from the moral issue. It's immoral to slave other people. You want to go to Walmart, send up there, you know, fuck them. You want to pay a guy cash on a construction site? That's second. That's illegal. No go. You pay them fair wages. Fair wages. Through the system. So the taxes, quit cheating the tax base. I'm not talking about fucking these thieving fucking income tax fucking lying thieving fuckers. We went over there and protested too. You know, those pieces of shit take our tax and fucking bomb babies. Fuck them. But I'm talking the exploitation. I'm talking from the morality of the fucking issue. It's not moral to exploit those people, and you think that it is. We're a sick, sick fucking people. The sickest in human history? Absolutely. Bar none. And you fucking Canadians are no better. Look what you do to the fucking Bangladesh and the Indian people up there. And I'm not talking Native American, I'm talking from India. Look what you do. You fuckers ain't no fucking better. You know, thank you to all the fighters in the streets of London. Oh, I love you. And really, thank you, RT. RT, I've been interviewed and interviewed and interviewed and interviewed. The woman that interviewed me in front of the White House and we talked, that's the most intelligent reporter that has ever interviewed me, ever. We had quite a conversation. She was awesome. RT, you know, it wasn't like last year. Very different. You know, we'll keep fighting in the streets. I want a tariff at the port. 100% tariff at the port. I want usury laws back in place. We had usury laws in this country till 19. I want the enforcement of antitrust laws that exist. Break these fucking monsters up. I want people that commit social activism who, like Megan Rice, broke into wife, treated like a normal person. Yeah, they broke the law. I know that. Do what you do with everybody else, like the bankers and all these monsters that break the law. You know, don't charge them as terrorists. You know, I want fairness. The 2 million people that are wrongly incarcerated in prisons in the United States. I want the killer cops from Ferguson to D.C. and that young man, his brother MARROW. Oh my God, how emotional was he? How awesome was he? Anybody was that movement? How awesome? From Ferguson to D.C. How grand was that guy? Oh my God, his brother just, you know, been murdered. Wow. You know, we want justice. I have it in detail. I shouldn't say tariffs number one. That's number two. Number one, I want the fucking nuclear industry to fucking play fair. I want the black and yellow media whores fucking put in jail. Anderson Cooper, fucking Sanjay Gupta. Sanjay Gupta broke the law grotesquely. General Electric, the whole media, every one of you fuckers, I want you held accountable. Because it's not because you can report whatever you want, but when you use the media as a weapon against us, which you've done. Fox News has done it to me so many fucking times. They did it to me in D.C. again. You know, they attack me viciously. In a fucking spinned out, fucking twisted fucking way. You know, they use my interview in San Diego, but oh, they won't show my face, but they'll use my voice. My voice shows up everywhere. My voice is everywhere. I hear it all the time on all kinds of, but they won't show my fucking picture. Huh? Oh, your blue headband. Well, my blue band hat has nothing to do with fucking red, because you hijacked the colors. My blue headband has to do with the Pacific Ocean. The chemo burned through the top of my head. So it's been an incredible 3 years. It's changed me. Oh yeah, fight till we die. You know, thanks Billy in Scotland. You know, your support has really been a lot to me. You know, you people down under, you're awesome. You know, the other Billy who fought in the streets with London, he's right there next to Russell. That's one of us right there. He's right there. You know, you're great. You know, Starlight, you're so great right there. So many of these people. You know, Lori down in San Diego, was the only one that had the guts to protest with me. We stood on the street at Carlsbad. We're the only ones who fought at Reagan the entire time. I've been there the whole time for 2 years supporting our troops, the whole time. You know, people say, oh, they do. No, when it gets involved, these guys will all show up, just like they tried to here. You know, they'll all show up, these freaking grandstanders. They weren't there last year, John. But, you know, to the young warriors that fought on the front lines, oh my God, you guys are great. You guys are great. But end all nuclear. Put the nuclear waste in Yucca Mountain. Develop a program, I call it the Post-Ignorance Project, which is opposite of the Manhattan Project. Tariff at the port, 100% tariff on any, not against Western Europe, not against Canada, not against anybody who treats their labor fairly. It's not about borders and countries, not against China per se, against companies, against Apple. Apple. Anybody who's, Walmart. Oh, we save $2,300 a year. But yeah, okay, so you want to save $2,300 when they take $100,000 away from you in your job. And you want to drink the blood of Chinese children. I stood in that cage at Times Square with the Tiananmen Square. They don't let anybody in that fucking cage. They let me in. I drank blood as it was going down. Let me get that. But I drank the blood. Simulated beaches. You go by on your cell phone. Everybody's so disconnected. You know, I'm not going to fucking stand in line at Walmart. And the top of the heap is nuclear. You know, there's 256 nuclear dump sites. Nuclear waste all over this fucking country. Fuck, my estimates, and you can fucking go out, you know, I estimate that there's fucking 2,000, upwards of 2,000 people a day dying from Fukushima Day in North America. 2,000 a fucking day. That's a fact, Jack. Cancer rates went crazy post-Fukushima. That's a fact. It's the top of the heap with me. Want these fuckers to pay for their fucking lies. The black and yellow media, I want to fucking pay. You fucking cops that have gone along. And I gotta say, most cops in fucking D.C. were awesome with us. They were fucking great. Homeland Security and Homeland. Remember it was supposed to be temporary? End the Patriot Act. Let's start over. Top of the heap. End nuclear. All nuclear. Put the nuclear waste at Yucca Mountain. Develop a program to shoot it into space. Get rid of Price Anderson, the subsidy that makes us pay for it. End the Patriot Act. End Homeland Security, which, remember, they were supposed to be temporary. Restore the Constitution of the United States fairly. Put usury laws back in place. Enforce antitrust laws. These are all the answers that work, and they're proven to work, and they will work. Let the truth tellers out of jail. Yeah, you find them, whatever. You did your dig to Jeremy Hammond. You did your dig to Bradley Mann. You made your statement to Megan Rice. Set them free. Show some amnesty, Barack. You know, your mother, you fucking lying prick. You fucking betrayed us. One of the biggest fucking betrayal liars in the history of fucking mankind, Barack Obama. He tricked us all. He betrayed us. No wonder fucking nobody went and voted. Because of you. You're like Ken Buesler. You know, you take the field, you fucking grandstand scripts and these people, you know, you're supposed to mean something. You're supposed to be somebody. And then when you fucking jump ship and you fucking water down, that's worse than the fucking lie. Sanjay Gupta and radiation, and call to that dude. It's fucking good for you. Fox News. Every one of these non-patriot fuckers that never went to fucking jail, and I'll list this list. This is the list of all you non-patriot fuckers. You know, my family fucking fought and bled. My dad never got a medal, never got a fucking dime, just like me. I got fucking AML leukemia, paid $1 million, you didn't give me shit. It's alright. You know, we fight on at a personal level. Thank you all you guys, you know. Thank you everybody who supported me and sent me things along the way, and there's been fucking hundreds of you. We'll keep fighting. We'll keep fighting. I'll be back to San Diego for the trial when it begins. I'll be there every day. You know, black and yellow and black, because black and yellow's taken. We have to use yellow and black so we don't get sued. We'll use yellow and black Friday, and I have my camera, and where do you want to protest? We have websites. Thank you, Eric Jordan, the beautiful graphic designer down there. Thank you to you. I mean, how awesome is Eric Jordan? Oh my God, thank you, thank you, thank you, Eric. He's such a big piece of this. He designed all those websites and built them for, and all that work, and those beautiful shirts, and all. He's done incredible work for us. I mean, incredible human rights activists. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Lonnie Clark, up there. Thank you so much. Thank you to so many of you. You guys have been so awesome. You've supported me along the way, so many. Thank John Kirk up there in Canada. Thank you, John Kirk. He is awesome. Incredible. He's done so much for me. So many of you up and down the coast of California, all over, as individuals, in every city. You know, you guys are awesome. We'll stay in this fight. You know, the good fight. Stand tuned. Oh, one last thing. Found out the story on this. I thought Gene Stone, and I thought the beautiful, beautiful old 90-year-old activist. By the way, at Santa over here, she walked up and freaking hugged me and kissed me. She says, Kevin, you're so awesome. That was a young man at a graphic design store who hasn't gotten the credit. I'm going to track him down in California. It's one of my goals. We found out who did that and made that. It's awesome. It's awesome. And we have our shirts made by Americans, by good grown cotton. I mean, we don't believe in usury, so stay tuned.